On today's video, we're going to be talking about how do you know you are safe with someone. I'm going to say this. A lot of times when people show up in relationships or even in new friendships, most of the time we feel like we have to show up as our fake versions or our perfect versions or our acceptable versions. So most of the time you show up as a version of yourself that is not really who you are because you want to fit in or you want to be accepted, right? So this also happens when it comes to relationships. And sometimes you find yourself in a space where you want to impress. So you show up trying to do things that you're not comfortable with. Sometimes you try to do things that you normally do not do. And you're just trying to fit in. And I'm like, yo, listen, don't mistake what I'm saying. When you show up as your best self. But then again, don't lose your authenticity trying to impress the other person. Based on the topic of today, how do you know you're safe with someone? You are able to be authentic with them. You're not afraid of your insecurities. You're not afraid of your fears. You feel like this person, I can share with them these things about me. I don't feel judged. I don't feel that like they're going to use it against me. And then again, it's not also about feeling, but it's about trust. What character does this person have? What are their core values? What kind of a person are they? And I say this, if you're careful and you pay attention, you'll always figure out who you're with, because people cannot really hide in every space. If need be, check their social media. Look at the things they post. People tend to post what they believe in. People tend to post what they agree with. So check what they're putting up and look at what they're putting out there for the whole world to see. And that will tell you a lot concerning this particular person. So you need to ask yourself, if you want to feel safe with this person, have you tested their character to know if this is who they truly are? Or do you have to show up as a fake version, a masked version of yourself so that you can impress them? And also understanding if you've been in a relationship with someone and you've gotten into this space now where you're able to trust this other person with your own authenticity. You don't feel like you have to, do the extreme for them to accept you, but they love you, they care for you, and they don't demand that which is not within what you can do for them. You get what I'm saying? And I'm saying this because I've heard of stories, and sometimes you hear of women, and the women are like, hey, my boyfriend has never seen me without, I don't know, my hair looking like how my boyfriend has never seen me without makeup, and I'm like, are they really yours? Because you see, if you have to show up as a made up version of yourself, then again, they are falling in love with the idea that you're presenting to them, not you as a real person. And I say this, it's important for people to show up as their authentic selves so that the other person can make a decision from a place of, this is who they truly are, And I'm saying this because we need to get to a place where we avoid getting into spaces where you deceive someone by presenting a particular version of yourself that is not real until you finalize, maybe eventually get into marriage. And then you come to realize everything they presented was just but a facade and it was all a lie. Can you imagine how heartbreaking that is going to be? So also getting to a place where you are able to trust the other person with your authentic self. Are they able to love you for that? Because I can imagine how exhausting it can be when it comes to trying to keep up so that you're not rejected. And also always living wondering, is this person going to walk away from me if they come to know who I am in truth? If they see the real me, will they stay or are they going to leave? And I'll tell you this, you can keep up the act for a while, but one day you're going to get tired, or you might forget you've just been acting, and then capiche, you show up as your authentic self, and then they're like, voila, they did not sign up for this. I believe it is better for you to be with someone who loves you genuinely and authentically for who you truly are, not because of an idea you're presenting. That is very important. The other thing is being able to present They had conversations without feeling like this person is going to get defensive or to block me. Not like block, but I'm like, they're going to put up a wall because they don't want to have this conversation. So what do I mean by, they had conversations? Sometimes it's things like your boundaries, it could be some of the things you're like, you're non-negotiables. You're like, hey, no, that is not, I don't do that and I'll never do that. That is just not something I'm going to compromise on. So are you with someone who also respects your boundaries? You can tell if this person makes you feel safe, if they're able to have those conversations with you and they don't feel like you're offending them. The worst thing is to be with someone who, when you tell what you don't like, they get offended because you don't like it and they like it, or they liked it for you to like it so that you could do it and they could continue like liking it, if that makes sense. So are you with someone who you are able to communicate with and communicate without having to filter or fear? Of course, you filter how you speak because you have to speak from a place of love, a place of understanding, and not shouting, not using, profanity, and not, using vulgar language. But are you able to communicate to this person from a place of what? A place of understanding. And are they able to accept what you're saying and out of love choose to respect it because that's where you stand? Are they able to do that for you? Because, at some point, you need to understand this. There are people who will be for you in all ways, and there are people who will be for you conditionally. Like literally, if this is not it, then we am out of here. And there are people who will be like, you know what, I respect that. If that is where you are, I'm going to respect that. I love you enough to respect that. And love also comes with respect. So as much as people say you only need love, my dear, you need food, you need oxygen, you need respect, you need care, you need intentionality, you need commitment, you need loyalty. Like, come on, we need more than just love. The other thing is this: if you're with someone who makes you feel safe, you'll tend to have feelings of peace. You're at peace with them being around you. You're not anxious, you're not worried something is going to go wrong. You feel calm, you feel protected. I understand if a man says they feel protected when their woman is around, it's kind of like funny, right? But you feel like you're emotionally secured with this person. You can rely on them. Whether it's a good day or it's a bad day, you're able to talk to this person. You're able to tell them how you're feeling, what the day has been, your disappointments, your highs, your lows, and you feel safe enough to tell them because they got you. That's how you're safe with someone. You're able to communicate even on the bad things and the wrong things in your life. But then again, you still feel like they have you and they are supporting you and they have your back. But when you're in a situation where you cannot share the lows of your day-to-day life, the highs of your day-to-day life with someone, then I think y'all are just playing games. It's just but a game, a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. Last but not least, let me tell you something. I'm big on this. I teach a lot concerning being with someone who can handle your past. All of us, we have a past. Some of us, maybe it's because we are known and that's why people think they know what our past looks like. But I'll say this, we all have a past. And I'll say this, sometimes you might think running away from what was and not facing it and not ever talking about it and dealing with it and healing it is the best solution. Forgetting that some of the things you've gone through highly influence and affect how you do your life, how you make decisions, how you live, what you believe in. If you find yourself in a space where you can never share parts of your past which are not pretty, it's easy for us to share the good things about our past, but you can never share some of the things that went wrong, some of the traumas that you had, some of the things you had to endure. You get? If you feel like you can never share these things with the person that you're with, then I think you're with the wrong person. You need to be with someone who can handle the whole of you. And the whole of you means the good, the ugly, the best parts of you, the worst parts of you, your history and your present as well. And I'll say this, you don't have to tell them necessarily everything, but I think there's some things you're able to share that played a huge role in who you are today. Personally, I've gone through a lot of trauma in my life, yes. And having someone who I can share that with and not feel judged and not feel like I have to hide this so that they can accept me. Because you see, that is one thing. Having to hide yourself so that they can accept you because you think if you tell them the truth, they're not going to be able to handle you, then that's not someone who's for you. Being with someone who you're able to tell the pain you've had to endure, and they're able to look at you not from a place of being a victim, but they look at you as someone who was put in a situation but then again, they chose to heal so that they don't have to be that situation and remain in that situation. Someone who's able to see beyond the mistakes you've made. Because you see, the problem is sometimes we lie so much because we think if they ever know the truth, they're going to walk away, reject us, they're going to leave. And of which it's true. If you got them through a lie, to keep them, you have to keep on lying most of the times. So also understanding, you need to be in a space where you're able to trust someone with your pain, trust someone with your past, and you know they can handle it. Otherwise, it's just bad games. Get them with a lie, you have to keep them with a lie. You get them with the truth, you don't have to do the extra things to keep them. Nah, it will be easier, an easier flow in the relationship. So I'm going to end this video here. Let me know in the comment section what you think, and also let's keep on interacting. Let me know what are some of the topics you'd want me to talk about. Otherwise, God bless you. I'll see you guys in the next video.